Chosen one, there are moments in life when God's voice comes not as a suggestion, but as a clear, resounding instruction. Guard your secrets. This divine caution may feel sudden or unexpected, but it is spoken with purpose. God is calling you to protect what is sacred, to keep close to your heart the revelations and blessings He has poured into your life. Why would God issue such a warning? Because not everyone around you is prepared to handle the depth of your journey. Some may listen with genuine care, but others may listen with the intent to critique, misunderstand, or even undermine what God is doing in your life. In Matthew 7:6, Jesus Himself reminds us, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." Your secrets, chosen one, are pearls, precious, rare, and given to you by the Creator. They deserve protection. This caution is not about fear or mistrust. It's about wisdom. It's about knowing that your spiritual journey is a delicate, sacred process that requires time and privacy to flourish. Just as seeds need to be buried in the soil to grow, your secrets need the quiet, undisturbed space of your soul to develop into the fruits God intends them to be. Sharing them prematurely can expose them to criticism or distraction, stunting their growth. Chosen one, God's warning is an act of love. He sees what you cannot see, the intentions of others, the spiritual battles that may arise, and the risks of revealing too much too soon. His guidance is not a limitation but a shield, a protection over the treasures He has entrusted to you. Listen closely to His voice and embrace this call to guard your secrets with reverence and trust. Take this moment to reflect. What has God placed in your heart that requires guarding? Perhaps it's a vision, a dream, or a personal revelation. Whatever it is, honor it by holding it close, praying over it, and trusting that God will reveal the right time and the right people to share it with. For now, rest in the peace that comes from knowing you are walking in obedience to His voice. Chosen one, privacy is a gift, one that often goes unnoticed in a world that glorifies constant sharing and external validation. Yet, God is reminding you that the most profound moments of your spiritual journey are not meant to be broadcast to the world. They are meant to be savored in the sacred space of your heart, where they can grow and take root. The value of privacy lies in its ability to protect the fragile beginnings of something extraordinary. Imagine a newly planted tree. Its roots are shallow, its trunk is thin, and it cannot yet withstand the storms of scrutiny or the weight of expectations. Your secrets, chosen one, are much like that tree. They are in the early stages of becoming, and privacy serves as the protective soil that allows them to grow strong and unshakable. God understands the importance of this privacy. Even Jesus, during His time on earth, often withdrew to quiet places to pray, to reflect, and to commune with the Father. Luke 5:16. In those moments of solitude, He found strength, clarity, and direction. You too are called to create a space of sacred privacy where you can connect deeply with God and nurture the treasures He has placed within you. Privacy is also a safeguard against external influence. When you keep your secrets close, you allow them to develop without interference from the opinions, doubts, or agendas of others. This is not about mistrust. It is about discernment. Not everyone who hears your story is equipped to understand it, and not everyone who claims to support you has your best interests at heart. By maintaining privacy, you protect the sanctity of what God is doing in your life. Chosen one, privacy is not about isolation, it's about intimacy with God. It's about creating a space where you can be fully present with Him, free from distractions or the need to explain yourself to others. In this sacred space, your faith deepens, your trust grows, and your relationship with God becomes the unshakable foundation of your life. Embrace the value of privacy with gratitude. Recognize that this season of guarding your secrets is not a limitation, but a preparation for something greater. Take time to sit with God in the quiet, to listen to His voice, and to nurture the seeds He has planted within you. Trust that as you honor this call to privacy, He is working behind the scenes, preparing you and your dreams for a future that exceeds your expectations. Chosen one, not everything you carry in your heart is meant to be shared with everyone. God's warning to guard your secrets is also a call to develop discernment. a spiritual skill that allows you to differentiate between those who are safe to confide in and those who are not. Discernment is a gift, one that God gives to protect you and guide you as you navigate relationships and opportunities. When God reveals something to you, whether it's a vision, a dream, or a personal insight, it is sacred. But not everyone around you is prepared to receive or respect what you've been entrusted with. Some may misunderstand, dismiss, or even misuse your words. Proverbs 13:3 offers wisdom here. Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. It's not about fear, but about being wise with the treasures God has given you. Discernment begins with prayer. Before sharing anything, take it to God. Ask Him for clarity and guidance. Lord, is this something I should share? If so, with whom and when? Trust that He will answer, leading you to the right people and the right moments to reveal what's on your heart. His timing is perfect, and His wisdom surpasses your own. It's also important to pay attention to the fruit in people's lives. Jesus taught us that we will recognize others by their fruit. Matthew 7 verse 16. Are the people around you trustworthy? Do they exhibit qualities like integrity, wisdom, and humility? Discernment helps you identify those who can handle your secrets with care and those who cannot. Chosen one, discernment doesn't mean closing yourself off from the world. It means being intentional about where you invest your trust. By guarding your heart and seeking God's guidance, you create space for Him to protect and direct you. Trust that He is equipping you to make wise choices, shielding you from harm, and preparing you for the right moments to share your story. Chosen one, God's warning to guard your secrets is also an invitation to establish healthy boundaries in your life. Boundaries are not barriers. They are safeguards, designed to protect what is sacred and allow you to flourish in the freedom of God's will. They enable you to honor the work God is doing in your heart while still engaging with the world around you. Boundaries start with knowing your worth. You are not obligated to share every detail of your life with everyone who asks. Your story, your dreams, and your revelations are precious, and it's okay to say no when someone demands access to what God has entrusted to you. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Boundaries are a way of guarding your heart, ensuring that your spiritual growth is nurtured in a safe environment. Creating boundaries also means being clear about your intentions. If someone presses you to share more than you're comfortable with, respond with kindness and firmness. "I'm not ready to talk about that right now," is a simple but powerful statement. By setting these limits, you're not being selfish, you're honoring the sacredness of your journey and the timing of God's plan. Chosen one, boundaries also protect your energy. Without them, you risk becoming drained by people who take without giving, who criticize without understanding, or who sow doubt where God has planted faith. By establishing boundaries, you create room to focus on what truly matters: your relationship with God, your growth, and your purpose. In setting boundaries, remember that this is not about shutting people out, but about ensuring that your relationships are healthy and supportive. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, who respect your journey, and who encourage you to stay aligned with God's will. These relationships will nurture your spirit and give you the courage to continue walking the path God has set before you. Take a moment to pray. Lord, help me to establish healthy boundaries in my life. Teach me to guard my heart and protect the work you are doing in me. Give me wisdom to know when to share and when to stay silent, and guide me to relationships that reflect your love and purpose. Chosen one, boundaries are a sign of strength and wisdom. They allow you to move forward with clarity, confidence, and peace, knowing that you are honoring the sacredness of your journey and the God who is guiding it. Trust in the power of these boundaries to protect you and to create space for God's work to flourish in your life. Chosen one, there is a unique peace that comes when you guard the sacred secrets God has entrusted to you. In a world that often pushes for oversharing, where validation seems tied to how much you reveal, God is inviting you into a quieter, more intentional way of living. This peace is not about secrecy born of fear, but about the protection of what is holy. Keeping certain things between you and God allows you to nurture those revelations in a space free from external judgment or misunderstanding. It is in this private communion that the seeds of God's work in your life begin to sprout and take root. Psalm 91:1 says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." By keeping your secrets in the shelter of His presence, you find rest and security, knowing they are safe in His hands. This peace also frees you from the noise of comparison. When you resist the urge to share everything, you no longer feel the need to measure your journey against others. Your focus shifts back to where it belongs, on God and His unique plan for your life. His work in you is not a public performance, but a deeply personal transformation. Chosen one, this peace grows as you learn to trust God with the unfolding of your story. You don't need to explain or justify yourself to others. God sees you, knows you, and understands the path you are walking. Let this be your comfort and your confidence. When doubts creep in or others question your silence, remind yourself that God's timing is perfect and His plans for you are good. Embrace the stillness that comes with guarding your secrets. Let it be a space where God speaks to you, shapes you, and prepares you for what lies ahead. In this peace, you are free to grow, unencumbered by external pressures, and to rest in the assurance that God's work in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Chosen one, guarding your secrets is more than a personal decision. It is an act of respect for the sacred work God is doing in your life. Every revelation, every whisper of His voice, and every divine insight is part of a greater plan. By holding these moments close, you acknowledge their sanctity and demonstrate your trust in His timing. Think of the many times in Scripture when God called His people to keep things private for a season. When Jesus performed miracles, He often told those He healed not to tell anyone. Mark 7:36. This wasn't about hiding the truth, but about protecting the timing and purpose of His work. Similarly, God is asking you to honor the sacredness of what He's doing in your life by keeping certain things between you and Him. Respecting this sacred work also means giving it the space it needs to develop. Not every revelation is ready to be shared immediately. Just as a fruit takes time to ripen, God's plans in your life require time to mature. When you share too soon, you risk exposing what is still fragile to the harshness of criticism or misunderstanding. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Trust that God will reveal the right time for you to share your story. Chosen one, respecting the sacred work of God also protects you from unnecessary distractions. When you keep your focus on Him, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. This clarity allows you to stay aligned with His will, making it easier to discern the steps He is guiding you to take. Finally, respecting God's work in your life teaches you patience and humility. It reminds you that the journey is not about immediate results, but about deep, lasting transformation. It's about allowing God to refine you, mold you, and prepare you for the greater purposes He has planned. Take a moment to pray. Lord, thank you for the work you are doing in my life. Teach me to respect the sacredness of your plans and to trust in your timing. Help me to guard what you've entrusted to me, and give me the patience to wait for the right moment to share what you've revealed. Chosen one, respecting the sacred work of God is an act of faith and reverence. It is a declaration that you trust Him completely and that you honor the divine process He is leading you through. Rest in the knowledge that by protecting what He has given you, you are walking in obedience and preparing for the fullness of His promises. Chosen one, there is a remarkable strength in silence, a quiet power that protects your spirit and amplifies God's voice in your life. When you choose to withhold your secrets from the world, you create a sacred space where God can work in you without interference. Silence is not a sign of weakness or fear. It is a conscious decision to let God be your confidant, your guide, and your source of strength. In the stillness, you are able to hear Him more clearly. The distractions of the world fade, and His whispers become more distinct. Psalm 46:10 reminds you, "Be still and know that I am God." This stillness is a place of profound intimacy, where God reassures you of His presence and His plans. It is a place where He strengthens your heart and prepares you for what is to come. Silence also shields you from unnecessary spiritual battles. When you share too much with the wrong people, you risk exposing yourself to envy, doubt, or even sabotage. By keeping your secrets guarded, you allow God to protect the precious seeds He has planted in your life. Proverbs 17:28 teaches, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." Silence is wisdom, a shield against the noise and negativity that could derail your journey. In this silence, you are free to grow. The time you might have spent explaining yourself to others can now be devoted to prayer, reflection, and preparation. Use this silence to nurture your dreams, to refine your plans, and to draw closer to God. Trust that He is working behind the scenes, aligning opportunities and connections that will bring His plans to fruition. Chosen one, embrace the strength of silence. Let it be a sanctuary where you and God can walk together, uninterrupted. In this space, you will find clarity, courage, and the assurance that you are on the path He has prepared for you. Chosen one, as you guard your secrets, remember that God's timing is perfect. There may be moments when you feel an urge to share, to seek validation, encouragement, or even advice. But God is calling you to trust Him, to wait on His perfect timing, and to believe that He knows the best moment for your secrets to be revealed. In Isaiah 60 verse 22, God promises, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." This verse is a reminder that God's plans unfold according to His divine calendar, not ours. It's easy to feel impatient or uncertain, especially when the world around you seems to be moving faster. But God's timing is never late. It is always intentional, purposeful, and designed to bring about His glory and your ultimate good. Trusting God's timing requires surrender. It's about letting go of the need to control and allowing God to guide your steps. When you trust Him, you free yourself from the pressure to prove or justify your journey to others. You are no longer chasing external validation because you are anchored in the knowledge that God's approval is all you need. This trust also deepens your faith. Each day of waiting becomes an opportunity to rely on God, to seek His wisdom, and to grow in your relationship with Him. As you wait, you learn to recognize His hand in the small details of your life, to celebrate the progress you're making, and to anticipate the moment when He will reveal His plans in their fullness. Chosen one, trusting God's timing doesn't mean being idle. It means being intentional. Use this time to prepare, to pray, and to cultivate the gifts God has given you. When the moment comes to share your secrets, you will be ready, equipped with the strength, wisdom, and clarity that only God can provide. Pray this simple prayer. Lord, help me to trust your timing in every area of my life. Teach me to be patient, to wait on you, and to believe that your plans are unfolding perfectly. Give me the wisdom to guard my heart and the faith to know that your timing is always right. Chosen one, as you trust God's timing, you will experience a peace that surpasses understanding. You will see His plans unfold in ways that exceed your expectations, and you will know that every moment of waiting was worth it. Rest in this trust, knowing that God's timing is not just perfect, it is a reflection of His deep love for you. Chosen one, as you guard your secrets and honor God's warning, you are protecting more than just your plans or ideas. You are protecting your spiritual growth. Growth is a delicate process, and just as a sapling needs time to strengthen its roots before facing the elements, your spiritual journey requires privacy to mature and deepen without external interference. Every new level of growth brings new challenges, and not everyone around you is prepared to support or understand the transformation God is doing in your life. Some may question, some may judge, and others may attempt to dissuade you from the path God has set before you. But in this season, God is calling you to prioritize your inner development over the need for external validation. Psalm 1:3 paints a beautiful image of spiritual growth. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. To yield fruit, you must first allow your roots to grow deep. This requires silence, patience, and a willingness to let God work in hidden places. Protecting your spiritual growth means creating a safe space where God's voice is louder than the opinions of others. This protection also includes guarding your mind and heart from negativity. Not everyone will celebrate your growth, and some may even try to diminish it. But God is reminding you that your journey is not for their approval, it is for His glory. Philippians 4:8 encourages you to focus on what is true, noble, and praiseworthy. Let this focus shield you from distractions and negativity, keeping your spirit aligned with God's purpose. Chosen one, in protecting your spiritual growth, you are laying the foundation for a future that is strong, resilient, and deeply rooted in God's love. Trust that this season of quiet preparation is not a delay, but a divine strategy to ensure that when you step into the next chapter, you will do so with unwavering strength and clarity. Chosen one, there is a profound beauty in allowing God to reveal your secrets at the right moment. When you entrust the timing of your revelations to Him, you are declaring your faith in His sovereignty and your confidence in His plans. You are saying, "Lord, I trust you to bring this to light when it will bring the most glory to you." Timing is everything in God's kingdom. Just as a farmer knows the exact moment to harvest a crop, God knows the perfect time to reveal what He has planted in your heart. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." When you wait for God's timing, you allow His plans to unfold in their fullness, ensuring that nothing is rushed or incomplete. Letting God reveal the right moment also protects you from unnecessary stress. You don't have to force opportunities or seek validation. Instead, you can rest in the assurance that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail for your good. Isaiah 40 verse 31 encourages you, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." In the waiting, God strengthens you, preparing you for what lies ahead. This trust in God's timing also aligns your heart with His will. When you let go of the need to control, you open yourself to the unexpected ways God may choose to work. Perhaps the revelation will come through a conversation, an opportunity, or a situation you never anticipated. God's plans often exceed our imagination, and His timing is always designed to maximize His glory and your impact. Chosen one, take comfort in knowing that God's timing is perfect. You don't need to worry about when or how things will happen. Instead, focus on being faithful in the present moment, trusting that He will unveil your path when the time is right. Pray for patience and discernment, and let your heart rest in the peace that comes from knowing you are in His hands. Say this prayer: "Lord, I surrender the timing of my life to you. I trust that you will reveal what needs to be revealed at the perfect moment. Help me to remain patient, faithful, and confident in your plans. Teach me to wait with joy and to walk with peace, knowing that you are working all things together for my good." Chosen one, the right moment is coming, and it will be worth the wait. When God reveals your secrets, it will be with precision, purpose, and power. Until then, rest in His presence, trust in His timing, and know that He is working all things for your good and His glory. This is your season to prepare, to grow, and to trust Him fully. Chosen one, as you continue to guard your secrets and trust in God's timing, a remarkable transformation begins to take place within you. This season of intentional silence and trust isn't just about protecting your journey, it's about building unshakable confidence in the one who is leading you. Walking in divine confidence means knowing that your identity, your purpose, and your future are fully secure in God's hands. Divine confidence is not arrogance. It's faith rooted in God's promises. It's the kind of assurance David had when he faced Goliath, not because of his own strength, but because of his trust in the Lord's power. 1 Samuel 17:45 captures this beautifully. David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Like David, you are equipped to face whatever challenges come your way, because God is with you. This confidence grows as you reflect on God's faithfulness. Look back at the moments when He guided you, provided for you, and protected you. Let these memories serve as reminders that He is always at work, even in the silence. When doubts creep in, remind yourself of His word, being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. You are a work in progress, and God's plans for you are far from finished. Walking in divine confidence also means letting go of the need to explain yourself to others. Not everyone will understand your silence, your boundaries, or your decision to wait on God. And that's okay. You don't need to seek approval from others when you already have the approval of your Creator. Galatians 1:10 challenges you. Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Your confidence comes from knowing that you are walking in obedience to Him. This confidence radiates outward, influencing how you interact with others. It allows you to lead with humility, to speak with wisdom, and to act with purpose. People will notice the calm assurance in your demeanor and will be drawn to the peace that comes from your relationship with God. Use this influence to encourage and uplift others, pointing them toward the source of your confidence. Pray this today. Lord, thank you for the confidence that comes from walking with you. Help me to trust in your plans and to stand firm in the knowledge that you are working all things together for my good. Teach me to walk boldly in faith, knowing that you are my guide and my protector. Chosen one. Divine confidence is your strength. It allows you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace, knowing that God is in control. Let this confidence be your foundation as you continue to guard your secrets and trust in His perfect timing. Chosen one, the time will come when God's plans for you are no longer hidden, but revealed for the world to see. This unveiling is not just about you, it's about showcasing the glory of God through your life. The journey you've walked in silence, the secrets you've guarded, and the trust you've placed in Him have all been leading to this moment. When God unveils His work in your life, it will be undeniable. It will silence your critics, inspire those around you, and remind you that His timing is always perfect. Isaiah 60:1-3 paints a powerful picture of this moment. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, darkness covers the earth and thick darkness is over the peoples. But the Lord rises upon you, and His glory appears over you. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. The unveiling of God's glory in your life is not about elevating your name, but about magnifying His. Every trial you've faced, every moment of waiting, and every act of obedience has been part of a larger story that points back to Him. Your testimony becomes a beacon of hope, showing others what is possible when they trust in God's plan. As this unveiling happens, remain rooted in humility. Remember that everything you have and everything you are is a gift from God. Psalm 150:1 says, "Not to us, Lord, not to us, but to your name be the glory because of your love and faithfulness." Keep this perspective at the forefront of your mind, allowing it to guide your words, your actions, and your attitude. The unveiling also brings new opportunities to serve. With visibility comes influence, and with influence comes responsibility. Ask God to show you how to use this season to bless others, to further His kingdom, and to make an eternal impact. Whether through acts of generosity, mentorship, or simply sharing your story, let your life be a testimony to His goodness. Chosen one, as you step into this moment of revelation, trust that God has prepared you for everything that lies ahead. The waiting, the silence, and the guarding of your secrets were not in vain. They were the foundation for the incredible work He is now revealing. Walk boldly into this new chapter, knowing that His glory is upon you. Take time to pray. Lord, thank you for the work you have done in my life. As you unveil your plans, help me to remain humble, faithful, and focused on you. Let my life be a reflection of your glory, and use me to bring hope and encouragement to others. Thank you for choosing me for this purpose and for preparing me for such a time as this. Chosen one, this is the culmination of your trust and obedience, a moment that will leave you in awe of God's faithfulness. Embrace the unveiling with a heart full of gratitude, and let His glory shine through you, touching lives and transforming hearts. This is only the beginning of the extraordinary work He will continue to do in and through you.